You know why Nicole Kidman stayed silent for so many years about her marriage with Tom Cruise? The world saw them as the perfect Hollywood couple, two shining stars deeply in love, but behind the cameras, something else was happening. Something she never spoke about, until now. Why did she really marry Tom Cruise? What happened when the cameras were turned off? And what is the truth she finally decided to share after all these years? In today's video, we are going to gently walk through their love story, the beautiful beginning, the silent struggles, and the moment Nicole finally revealed what she had been carrying in her heart for so long. Stay with me till the end, because the truth is not loud, it is quiet, emotional, and something you may have never heard before. How their story began. It was the year 1989. Nicole Kidman was only 22 years old, a rising Australian actress who had just begun to capture Hollywood's attention with her film Dead Calm. At the same time, Tom Cruise was already a global superstar. After movies like Top Gun, Rain Man, and Cocktail, he was 27, confident, charming, and one of the most famous men in the world. Then came the moment that changed everything. They were both cast in the movie Days of Thunder, 1990. Nicole once said in an interview, "The moment I met Tom, I felt electricity." She didn't see the celebrity. She saw a man who looked into her eyes, really listened to her, and made her feel seen. Tom Cruise was also deeply impressed. He reportedly told the film's director, "I need her in this movie. She's amazing." During filming, they spent long hours together rehearsing dialogues, sharing stories, laughing between takes. Away from the bright lights and cameras, something gentle began to grow. By the end of shooting, it wasn't just a movie. It was the beginning of a love story that the whole world would soon talk about. And then in December 1990, just 6 months after the movie released, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman got married in a quiet ceremony in Colorado. No cameras, no media, just two people who believed they had found forever. Their beautiful love story and life as a married couple. After their quiet wedding in December 1990, the world saw Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman as Hollywood's golden couple. They walked hand in hand at movie premieres, smiled on red carpets, and for many people, they looked like a real-life fairy tale. Nicole once said in an interview, "I was young, I was in love, and I thought this was my life forever." They moved into a home together and tried to live like a normal couple, cooking meals, watching movies, and escaping from the noise of fame whenever they could. But behind closed doors, Nicole faced pressure. She was suddenly married to one of the most famous actors in the world. Everywhere she went, cameras followed. Every move she made was in the headlines. Still, she stayed by his side. They worked together again in Far and Away 1992, and later in Eyes Wide Shut 1999, a movie that took almost 2 years to film. Both of them wanted to start a family, but after facing heartbreaking challenges with pregnancy, they chose a different path: adoption. In 1992, they adopted their first child, a baby girl named Isabella Jane. In 1995, they welcomed a baby boy, Connor Anthony, into their family. Nicole often said, "Becoming a mother changed my heart forever." She loved those children deeply. They kept their family life private. No big interviews, no reality shows, no flashing cameras inside their home. At that time, it seemed like nothing could break them. Two successful actors, two beautiful children, a life filled with love and dreams. But what the world didn't know was that silently and slowly, something inside their marriage had begun to change. Silent struggles and hidden pain. On the outside, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman looked perfect, but inside their marriage, small cracks began to appear, quietly, without anyone noticing. One of the first challenges was time. Both were incredibly busy, filming movies in different parts of the world, attending events, interviews, and long hours on set. Sometimes, weeks would pass before they could sit together at the same dinner table. Nicole later said in an interview, "We were always traveling, we loved each other, but we were never still." Another quiet struggle was pressure from fame. Tom was at the peak of his career, blockbuster movies, millions of fans, constant spotlight. Nicole was still finding her place, trying to build her own name in Hollywood. People started calling her Tom Cruise's wife more than Nicole Kidman. Even though she loved him, she sometimes felt invisible, like her own voice was becoming smaller. In a gentle interview years later, Nicole said, "I felt protected with Tom, but I was also very young, and I didn't know who I was yet." There were also differences in how they saw life, family, and the future. They loved their children deeply, but balancing family with fame was never easy. They rarely spoke about their struggles publicly. There were no loud arguments in front of the world, just silence, distance, and two people trying to hold on. And then something happened. Something that neither of them expected. A moment that changed everything, and marked the beginning of the end. What was it? What truly happened behind closed doors. Stay with me, because the next part of this story is something many people still don't know. The turning point and the unexpected end. It was the beginning of 2001. Nicole and Tom had just celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary. They were seen smiling at events, holding hands, and the world believed their love was still strong. But just a few weeks later, everything changed. In February 2001, Tom Cruise's spokesperson announced that he had filed for divorce from Nicole Kidman. The world was shocked. No fights had been seen in public. No rumors had warned anyone. It felt sudden, almost like a quiet storm. Nicole later said she was taken by surprise. In one interview, she softly said, "I thought our forever would last." I was shocked. Many people asked, what really happened? The truth is, neither Tom nor Nicole ever shared exact details. But reports say there were many silent reasons: long distance, emotional distance, different goals, and pressure from living under constant public attention. After the divorce papers were filed, they released a simple statement asking for privacy. No blame, no hurtful words, just silence. But behind that silence, Nicole was going through one of the most painful times of her life. Around the same time as the separation, she faced another heartbreak. She had a miscarriage. She later confirmed this in an interview, saying it was one of the hardest things she had ever experienced. So in just a short time, she lost her marriage, and she lost a child she was hoping for. In those days, Nicole said she felt like her world had stopped. "I remember just sitting alone, asking myself, what do I do now?" But what she didn't know was that this pain would one day lead her to a new life, a new love, and a new understanding of herself. What Nicole finally revealed after years of silence. For years Nicole stayed quiet. No interviews, no emotional statements, just silence. People wondered, why isn't she speaking? Was she protecting Keith, or protecting herself? And then, after a long time, Nicole finally opened up. In a soft and emotional voice during an interview, she said, "I tried my best. Marriage is not a fairy tale. It's real life, and real life can be painful." She didn't blame Keith. She didn't attack him. Instead, she spoke about love, patience, and heartbreak. She revealed that there were nights she cried quietly, hoping things would get better. She admitted she felt alone, even while being loved by millions around the world. Nicole also shared that she held on to the marriage because she believed in healing, forgiveness, and family. But sometimes, love is not about holding on. It's about letting go peacefully. She didn't expose secrets. She didn't shame Keith. She simply told her truth with grace. What she finally revealed. Nicole's words were calm, yet powerful. She revealed what she never wanted to leave Keith. She wanted to save him. She went through fear, late-night worries, and emotional exhaustion. She prayed things would change, but love alone wasn't enough. She said, "You can love someone deeply, and still understand that staying might break you." She also mentioned something touching. "I will always respect him. He was a part of my life, a part of my heart." No drama, no anger, just honest, emotional reflection. Did she regret it? Did Nicole regret ending the marriage? When asked this question, she paused for a moment and smiled softly. "I don't regret loving him," she said. "I regret losing us, but sometimes, peace is more important than a perfect picture." She explained that love isn't about winning or losing. It's about learning. Their story wasn't a failure. It was a lesson about loyalty, pain, healing, and courage. Nicole said she still wishes Keith happiness, not because she has to, but because she truly means their lives now, peace or pain. So where are they now? Nicole focused on her children, her career, and her inner peace. She spends more time away from cameras, choosing a quiet life over constant spotlight. She smiles more now, genuine, calm, healed. Keith continued his music journey. He worked hard on his mental health and slowly rebuilt his life. He still sings songs of love, loss, and hope. Some say, you can still feel Nicole in his music. Both moved forward, but their story will always live in their heart. Their love began like a dream and ended like a quiet sunset. Beautiful, painful, but full of meaning. This story isn't about blame. It's about love, struggle, healing, and finally, peace. What do you think? Was this true love, or two people just trying to survive the spotlight? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you want more emotional and real-life celebrity stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to ActorFlash, hit the like button, and press the bell icon, so you never miss a story.